The answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything: 3 Bayonettas. How are we going today, everyone? My name is Rakun. Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. If you haven't seen part 1 of this arc, you can check the link above, my Witch with Mysteries theory. Okay, remember the Witch Time plot theory where I showcase 3 Bayonettas in one scene? It could be a possibility. Well, basically, I know you guys would like that, and I definitely know that I would like that, my own Bayonetta harem, but you need to have a great writing sense and reasonings for you to be able to put that together. If you just do it for the sake of fan service, it tarnishes that moment for the rest of the series. The show that I've seen that has great writing and reasonings, I can name a few, is Netflix's Cobra Kai, Black Clover, or the MCU, where every single scene and character had a purpose and just propelled the story forward. No character or plot introduction wasted screen time. An example I'd like to always talk about is, I wonder who would win, Radan or Radan? Now, if this was the 1980s, 90s, or 2000s, you would literally have him verse a mirror image or a clone of himself, but I think that's a little bit too cliche. As I mentioned before in a very old Bayonetta 3 video, what if the purple figure was Radan? You can have as many fan service scenarios as much as you want, but it has to fit into the storyline of Bayonetta 3, so that way it doesn't tarnish the whole trilogy. So imagine the following scenario in Bayonetta 3. Bayonetta has been getting so many dreams and visions of herself out there. Bayonetta and John continue the story, but eventually meet the third antagonist, whoever that may be, and lose disastrously. This third antagonist does not have to be the purple figure in the Bayonetta 3 teaser. All I'm saying is that the third antagonist is a bigger threat and a much more fierce threat than the purple figure. At the beginning of Bayonetta 3, Bayonetta and John are the same level of strength as they were at the end of Bayonetta 1. If not, then maybe a little bit more. After this loss, they believe that they need to get much more stronger. Actually, they need more help. In saying that their character needs to develop even more, whether it through be strength, emotional strength, financial strength, I don't know, but like they need to develop their character from this loss of the third antagonist at the beginning of the game. It could be this loss that propels John to find out more about her past, which in turn allows us to explore more about her origins, maybe her mother, Angel Slayer, you feeling me? So basically everything about her past that we have questions of, and maybe this unlocks her true Umbran royal blood magic. Alright guys, just a very quick reminder that I will be live streaming some Bayonetta 2 Tag Climax, yes, Tag Climax, so that way I get to play with some of y'all. If you want to join me on that, you can click the Discord link below. And also there is another link in the description to get your reminders in for the live stream of that day, so that way no one misses it, and make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications. I'll see you there, and square up. The devastating loss triggered the need to be stronger, and that triggered our exploration of their past. On the other hand, Bayonetta would then have her adventures on trying to find out more about her Lumen Sage origins. Or maybe she can just use main characteritis or talk no jutsu on the antagonist. Seriously, I feel like the rumors of us losing in Bayonetta 3 are true. It's a beautiful way, especially in the third sequel, to show that our queens aren't as unbreakable as we think. But even with those true unstoppable power-ups, it is still not enough to be the third antagonist of the game. Let's say it's Lilith, the first woman of the Bayonetta universe. This is where you can bring in adult Loki. Now, I know some of you didn't really like Loki, but maybe his adult version is less annoying. With the disappearance of Lopta and the whole universe being completely messed up from the second Armageddon in our main timeline, through Loki's now overpowered magic, Bayonetta now has a plan where she and John are going to go back to previous points in time. Loki, however, warns them they have a set amount of time to convince the other Cerezas to join them. Our Bayonetta goes to the Witch with Memories Cereza and eventually to the Witch with Miseries Cereza. Essentially, a part of Bayonetta 3 could be us having adventures in the past where we convince the past Cerezas to help us out in the future. This is the time where we can put as much or a lot of witty moments between our Bayonetta and the other Cerezas, talking about their outfits, talking about their strength. As I've said before, Bayonetta insulting other Bayonettas and vice versa could be a funny yet awesome moment while they are fighting and kicking ass. It would be very emotional if John has a conversation with her mother, but the mother doesn't know she is John, because our theory is that the mother suicided or she passed away before John could grow up. And when John finally leaves that timeline, someone calls out the mother's name and says, Aran? That would absolutely freak me the hell out, you have no idea. This is where things get epic and the awesome entrances, like in every shonen anime, happens. We're towards the fight against the third antagonist in Bayonetta 3. I was thinking if Loki and Omni were in one fight or one side together versing Lilith, or the third antagonist, whoever that is. So you have the gods of worlds versus the progenitor. I'm gonna search how do you pronounce it? progenitor. So that way you have the gods of the trinity of the realities against the progenitor, Lilith. Bayonetta John arrive in shonen fashion where Loki says, "You're late, love." Well, I think he'll be an adult, so it'll be like, "You're late, love." Like that, something like that. And then the thing is, Cereza says, "Who are you?" He looks up to see a different Cereza with no mole. And then they all jump in one by one, but we now see our Bayonetta, this Cereza and that Cereza all in one scene, ready to fight the third antagonist of Bayonetta 3. See how we have each game's outfit and a beautiful way to finalize and conclude the Bayonetta trilogy and the Eyes of the World saga. Literally, 3 Bayonettas. Bayonetta 3. I'm Rakun, and happy theorizing.